Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, where today we are in the City of the Falling Flame, woo, where Emily has supplanted herself, and so we are going to be running a Fion set, paired up here with a bunch of ice and fire defense and so on and so forth, but the most important thing that we're going to go for is Prismatic Veil. If we are going up against the fire dudes, like this guy over here, this also pairs with our physical defense here. So as you can see, we do block the majority of his damage here. So we are able to do very, very, very well here for how this guy goes about attacking us and everything. And so we're able to continuously get a huge amount of damage reduction here just by blocking. And so that is going to be our bread and butter for how we go about engaging with these guys. And as you can see here, we don't lose too terribly a lot of damage. In fact, versus this guy, we don't lose any damage, which is great. And so we're able to block not all of everybody's damage that they're going to put out on us. However, we are able to block a large majority. So the damage or defenses are 45, 45, 95, and 45 on the damage values for the different elements. And so we need to keep an eye on that as we go for these guys here around the corner. We need to kill them quickly, and you'll notice that we do not have the greatest defense in the world for fire, since we are not going for 100% fire resist. We are going for just a little bit different things here for these setups. Okay, and we're just not hitting the guys that we want to here. So let's go ahead and do this, and let's heal. Alright, good. Let's go for Prismatic Veil again. And as you can see here, we can block a large portion of this guy's damage. And that is very, very, very nice that we're able to block that much of his damage, even with Steady Bulwark not active. Now, if we go for a guard booster, we do become 100% immune to our defensive damage here because of just having simply a 100 block on the block status. So that is kind of a problem because it's not getting the benefit from Prismatic Veil anymore, as you can see here. So Prismatic Veil is kind of useless at that point. Unfortunately, we don't really have a whole lot of focus options here. We can take a little bit of focus potential if we need to at certain points, but there's really nothing that's really, really intriguing here. If we do get focused, however, we do actually get a quite significant status increase here. We'll get some health, we'll get Ichor, and we'll get some ice damage buff on our weapon here. So our focus setup is very, very nice and very, very powerful. However, it's only if we do get focused here along the way. And so that is kind of a problem. So we can block this guy. We cannot block that one. Okay. Let's go for... oops. Okay, so now we are focused. So we can get some extra damage here. Okay. And you can see the damage potential there is pretty good, about 4,000 damage on a launch attack. And we did get 300 health along the way there, so that's very nice as well. So it's not an incredible amount of bonus buff extra to us. However, it is kind of neat that when we do get focused, we do get more ichor and everything, which that's going to be very, very important for these blazing heretics here when we fight them, because they're fire pools that they put on the ground. We are able to stand in those for a few seconds with cleansing light active and get the benefit of the increased potential there for our ability to actually get focused like all the time. Okay, so backstabs on this guy are simply for ichor recovery and getting him to restand. Oops. And as you can see, we are nowhere near invincible for, that's the fire pool that he put down on the ground. We are nowhere near invincible for the fire. Obviously, we could change a couple of these things like this one. We could just change it to flame protection. And all of a sudden, we are going to be pretty near invincible. See, now the fire floor does not hurt us. So that is very, very nice. And this also will pair into nicely with our build because of resilient focus, where if we take damage then on our body, not by blocking, then we will get more focus points added on to our character here. Okay. Of course, rip 13 million haze, and so that is the problem part of the launch attacks, is that until you are in the veil drain portion of the attack, you will still take damage from these guys during the phases when you are just standing there launching the enemy into the air. There are no iframes for that portion of it, so it becomes very, very bad for situations like that, where you simply just die because of the fact that you were in the launch state, and there's nothing you could do to block it or otherwise. Okay. Okay, and dead again. As you can see, those two guys are exceptionally problematic because of how they gang up on you. The fire guy is not necessarily the problem child in that bunch there, but those two sword guys, the euphoric soldiers, the two of them standing there together are a problem. Now, obviously, we don't really have a whole lot of options here for our gift at light, so we could go for Cloak of Winter. It's very, very slow, but it is an AoE, and it can help in situations like this, where you simply stand here and go for it. And as you see there, we can kill this guy before he even has a chance to do anything with his friend. And we'll pick up a little ouch. And you can see there that like just one or two hits from these guys will kill you immediately. So unfortunate for us, but fortunate for him. But if we are using our blocking defenses here, then we are able to move through these areas pretty quickly and pretty easily. But we have to have them active, and we need to have the ichor available to be able to use them. So that kind of becomes a problem. So Cloak of Winter is exceptionally slow, but when you are not interrupted very much because of the abilities that you have to be focused, then it's not really that big of a problem. But when it's something that is like the Blazing Heretics, where you're going to be getting slapped all the time and stuff, or like this guy, you know, you can't actually use it effectively over and over and over because it's so very slow, but that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Even still, it's a pretty good gift with a very, very high damage multiplier of 4.4 times, and you are able to get some pretty decent damage from it just because of that extra 40% above what the roars are. So now as we get into the fight with the Blazing Heretic again, where he stole all 13 million of my haze, we will be in a kind of bad position here. So we will just kind of have to make do with what we have. And we'll just have to kind of go for the backstabs when we can. Oh, okay. Okay, now we're focused, so we can go for a couple of launch attacks here, which is great. And the launch attacks here will help us considerably when we are going for some of these attacks here that he's going to go for. Okay, and if we can take a couple of those hits every now and then. So you can see there we're able to block everything he can do to us, which is excellent, excellent, excellent. And we'll go for a couple hits here. Okay, well, let's go for a very slow attack here. Okay, he must have been able to attack me beyond what stamina we had, so that was unfortunate. Okay. Let's get Cleansing Light going, and then let's go ahead and heal here a little bit. Okay, now we can block again. That is a ton of stamina that he develops on an attack there, so that is crazy. Oh, okay. Now the cool thing about Prismatic Veil is that it does pair with your elemental defenses, and so if you are able to not have 100% block or 100% fire protection, then you can smash the two together and get 100% fire protection. Now it's a little bit tricky, whoops, as the values do not add together. There is a little bit of a math formula that I haven't figured out yet, but they do pair together, and they do complement each other in such a way that allows you to gain more defense than simply just having, you know, more fire protection, like what is that? Elemental wall and such. Okay. And you'll see here for the monkeys that it is very, very nice that we do have the ability here to block their abilities. Okay. Monkeys go away. Monkeys are super duper annoying, as I'm sure you are all aware. Oh, we're out of stamina. Okay, so we do need Red Shoes active here again. Just because this monkey is making a miserable part of our life here for us. Okay, we're focused, so that means that we can chop these guys down very, very quickly. And you'll notice here the 5% increase, so we're at 60, which is great, or 10%, sorry. It's a 10% increase, not 5%. It's 5% for the cartridges, and so we do get a pretty good increase, as that's like another 100 or so damage that we get, plus all their weakness to the ice and everything along the way, so that's great. Now this guy, you can just kind of kill him, however. There's really no special sauce to him, and blocking him is based physically totally on your physical defenses. So at this point we'll just go for all of our blocking abilities here. Okay. And then these balls here, we'll just make sure that we have all of the possible ice that we can get. As you'll notice here, we're at 40% to our damage, which is great. Oh, that was a delayed hit. Okay, we are focused, so that's great. And can't get our attack off because it's too slow. Yep. That is the problems that we have with Cloak of Winter, is that it's just so very slow that there's no possible way to speed it up when you have no more gifts. And so if you do speed it up, you do come with the cost difference of giving up something that could be very useful. Now we do have a gift accelerator here, and we could go for a Cloak of Winter here on these guys, because there is a pretty big group of enemies here. As you can see, they're all going after us here. Okay. So you can see that everybody is, attacking us and damaging us and everything. So it's, whoops, we're dead. So it's pretty intense there, going for these extra slow kind of attacks and stuff. Even though we do have red shoes active, it doesn't matter because we still are at the point where we still need stamina for other things that we're doing. Oh, and we don't have just unlimited stamina, right? Okay, so good. Monkeys are out of the way. We'll get our ichor recovery going, and then we'll just head past these guys. Monkeys can't climb ladders, so there's no point in sticking around for the monkey boy. But you can see that even though this build does have some fire resistance, we are nowhere near invincible like some of the more crazy builds where they incorporate all of the fire resistance. This is one of them that's basically just enough fire resist to get your feet wet, and the rest of the time you're simply just trying not to get destroyed by everybody, because there are so many dudes around all the time, and they all want to destroy you immediately. Okay, good. We're focused, so that's at least nice. And then here we're just gonna bypass these guys, and we'll get to the Emily fight, because these guys are just more of everything that we're simply doing right here. And since this build is also not very exciting in the sense that it doesn't have a lot going for it in the focus realm, because even though we can get focused quite a bit, we don't get focused readily and quickly enough that makes it worthwhile. So it's a build. It makes use of red shoes for us to run around. It does get beat up pretty hard with the defenses and everything. However, it's just a little bit on the ridiculous side for what we're doing, and so right now for the boss fight we are at 161, so that means we're invincible to Emily, and so we can get slapped by her all day long, and there's no problems here. Okay. And so we can just go for some gigantic attacks here. Okay. And lightning is also pretty good for Emily here along the way. Okay, we're focused. That's great. And so what we get when we're focused is we have pretty high light and dark values. We get more ichor. We have a very, very, very long time to be focused, which is great. Okay. And as you can see, we are focused for long enough time that that we're able to, you know, get a huge amount of ichor and everything along the way. And so, as you can see, we can stand in her flame trails very easily, very simply here. Okay, and we're still focused, so that's pretty crazy. Okay, and we will have to be a little careful now. Whoops. Okay, let's go for our fireproof tonic there. Oops, and she killed us. So as soon as our fire runs out, we do have to be careful there. And unfortunately, she did tag us out there. So we'll get rid of those because we don't need them. And but you can see that we're able to literally just kind of walk around like Daniel's friends in the fiery furnace. We just kind of wander around in here, and no ill effects of any kind, and except for the fact that if we let it go too long, we will you know, be destroyed here. But it's good if we can get focused here quickly and simply. Good, because that gives us extra damage, extra ichor, extra balance damage. Okay. Okay, and you can see that the 70% increase in our 70% increase in our damage here, or sorry, our focus time allows us the ability to always be focused. Oops. Okay, good. And there's no flame trails out, so that's unfortunate. And hopefully she gets another teleport here. Okay, now we will go ahead and apply our okay, and this, good. Now we can heal up if we want. Now, because we are not having supernatural blood active, it's important that we save enough ichor for supernatural blood. Good. Okay. And let's get cognitive zeal going. Alright, too bad that her flame trail ended. Okay, good. Now we're focused again, so we can go for some ichor here, but we'll go ahead and blast her and kill her outright. So if you do have flame protection and your fireproof tonic active at the same time with this set, you will get that beautiful 30% increase to both your light and your dark value, which means that your light would go up if you had elemental wall active, at the same time, then that would increase your defenses as well, but you don't need elemental wall. And so light impulse is kind of worthless, but we had it along anyways for higher light values along the way. And then our dark impulse increases our dark value by 30%, which then allows us to get more damage. So that's very, 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 very good. So all things considered here, this runs very well, obviously, for Emily. And the Fion build, excuse me, I'm not exactly sold on, but it is fun. It's interesting. It's challenging to try and play with it. But Cloak of Winter is just way too slow, and there's not a lot of good light damage values at a mind of B. So keep that in mind. So, but Prismatic Veil is quite interesting in how it actually operates. So, okay. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time here in the Road to 100 in the where are we headed next? In the Crown of Sand. So we'll be fighting Eva and her bog predator friends there, and we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye.